Cuomo and Pataki supporters are taking the battle for the governor's mansion to the streets.
Hey guys, it's only politics, relax.
They feel the heat. They're going down.
Has he talked about that 12-year record? The answer, of course, is no, because he can't.
Republicans were cheering as the early returns came in, showing them with a comfortable lead over Mario Cuomo. Then they realized they had done the unthinkable.
Tonight, the people of this state spoke loudly and clearly that they want change. And let me tell you something, as your governor, you are going to get that change.
November 8th, 1994, the unseating of a giant in New York state politics. Three-term Governor Mario Cuomo unseated by George Pataki, a former assemblyman and first-term state senator. Polls had initially shown Pataki trailing Cuomo. However, the newcomer in the race proclaimed his numbers were rising. Phil Bailey reports.
We want George! We want George!
George Pataki's campaign believes there's still time to win, the strongest Republican challenge to Mario Cuomo's re-election there's ever been. In Albany, Pataki and the entire Republican ticket campaigned with former football star Jack Kemp, predicting a fourth-quarter comeback to beat Mario Cuomo.
Has he talked about that 12-year record? The answer, of course, is no, because he can't. It's a record of policies that have failed. It's a record of spending increases. It's a record of tax increases that have made us the highest taxed people in America. And it's a record of job losses.
Robert Kennedy Jr. campaigned for Mario Cuomo and the Democrats in Albany. Cuomo was in Syracuse and then New York City, firing away at the Republicans.
Scapegoat, blame, accuse, duck, hide, don't discuss the merits, don't go to the editorial boards and take positions, don't give them a plan for children or for new jobs or for the environment. Forget all about that, just throw mud.
Pataki promises to cut personal income taxes by $5.6 billion. Cuomo promises a smaller cut, but one he says is more realistic. Pataki accuses Cuomo of driving 500,000 jobs out of New York, but Cuomo blames Reagan and Bush and says 110,000 new jobs have been created since Clinton entered office. Pataki is for the death penalty, Cuomo is against it, and both campaigns think they offer what the voter wants. Phil Bailey, News Channel 13.
Pataki was not wrong about gaining ground. Polls showed him inching in on Cuomo's lead, but the race still a statistical dead heat.
In a new poll by Newsday and Channel 7 in New York, Cuomo leads by 2 percentage points. The New York Post and Fox 5 have him up by 5, and in a poll by the Daily News and WNBC, he leads by 1.
A News Channel 13 bullet poll had Cuomo winning by an even wider margin. As the election approached, Cuomo got some big endorsements. Among them, 3 New York City mayors, perhaps most surprisingly, Republican Rudy Giuliani.
I have worked with Mario Cuomo for 10 months, and even though we disagree about certain things, I know that Mario Cuomo is his own man.
Even President Clinton came to town, the star of a big rally at UAlbany. It was the first time in 46 years a sitting president was in the capital city. Crowds lined the streets around the airport as Air Force One touched down.
The police right now, if you can see over here, are kind of moving everybody out of the way to try to create a path. I mean, our best guess at this point is that the president will disembark somewhere over here on the tarmac, get in his limousine that was brought here by the C-141, come out the gate, down this airport access road, and then out onto the main airport access road, and then on out to Albany Shaker Road.
He will talk about his relationship with Mario Cuomo, which has changed so significantly over the years, from the time when they were very much rivals within the Democratic Party, had very differing ideas about where the Democratic Party ought to go, until now, where essentially, if you believe both the Cuomo camp and the White House staffers, Mario Cuomo was able to make a phone call and say, this is where I want you today.
Clinton finally got to UAlbany, where an exuberant crowd welcomed him with open arms.
Make Mario Cuomo the real comeback kid of New York State.
Clinton then greeted supporters outside, where this woman was overjoyed to meet him.
Oh yes, I got to shake his hand a couple times.
Just days before the election, a Pataki rally outside the governor's mansion drew a ton of opposition from the other party. It wasn't long before neighbors called the cops.
It was only about 5 minutes into the demonstration that Eagle Street in front of the governor's mansion was closed to all traffic because of the large number of Cuomo and Pataki supporters.
A Cuomo supporter just went and kicked me. It shows you what their campaign is all about. It's about intolerance. It's about not wanting to listen to change.
We're here to respond to this demonstration put together by the Pataki people and to tell New York that we need Cuomo for 4 more years.
Heading into Election Day, the race was close, but Cuomo still looked like he had an edge. That led to a big surprise.
You wanted a change? You have it. Our next governor, George Pataki.
Pataki beat Cuomo by more than 173,000 votes.
Republicans were cheering as the early returns came in, showing them with a comfortable lead over Mario Cuomo. Then they realized they had done the unthinkable. George Pataki had unseated Mario Cuomo.
Tonight, the people of this state spoke loudly and clearly that they want change. And let me tell you something, as your governor, you are going to get that change.
In the meantime, Cuomo graciously accepted the loss as he tried to unite his supporters behind his rival. Once again, here's Phil Bailey.
What I will do right now is congratulate George Pataki and Libby. Oh, please.
Mario Cuomo had to convince a crowded ballroom in New York City he had lost.
George Pataki is the next governor of the state of New York. We will all respect him. We will work with him. I congratulate him and Libby and his family, and I'm sure that
Cuomo lost the election to Pataki upstate, where he was beaten 2-1. Democratic leaders blame the anti-incumbency movement, and volunteers like Adam and Larry Covett from SUNY Albany were disbelieving.
It was really heartbreaking. You know, I think as far as the future goes, I think I see problems for SUNY occurring, city of Albany itself even.
Cuomo apologized to all those who followed him through 12 years as governor and all those flirtations with the presidency.
I have a one main regret this year, that I was not able to make the case clearly enough in this campaign to gain for you, all of you, the victory that your good work deserved. I'm sorry to have let you down, because you deserved another 4 years.
Ultimately, Mario Cuomo couldn't overcome the overriding issue in this campaign, Mario Cuomo. Phil Bailey, News Channel 13, at Cuomo election headquarters in New York City.
The transition of power was peaceful as Cuomo invited Pataki to the governor's mansion before leaving. Cuomo said while he wished he had won, he had high hopes for Pataki.
I'm very eager to see George Pataki succeed as Governor Pataki. He is governor right now, as far as I'm concerned. He is the governor right now.
The official change took place on January 1st, 1995. George Pataki privately took the oath of office. Pataki publicly took the oath the next day at a rousing ceremony at the Knickerbocker Arena, which Cuomo attended. Then Pataki, now governor, reiterated some of his goals for New York.
Over 55,000 pages of regulations laid end to end. That's 12 miles of red tape, enough to stretch from Albany to Schenectady and back again. This is wrong. This has to stop, and it will.
Pataki would go on to serve 3 terms as governor, deciding against a 4th term in the 2006 election. For more on past big news stories in the Capital Region, head to our News Channel 13 YouTube page and click on News Vault 13. For now, opening News Vault 13, I'm Rachel Teeter.